Hi guys, and welcome back to the allotment. It is Saturday the 29th of March, so it's Easter weekend, and look at that sunshine. It's just gorgeous. So I thought I'll give you a bit of a plot tour. So it kind of be like, I suppose almost like an April tour. It's end of March tour anyway, whatever it is. So we'll just show you the state of it now before any growing really goes on. And yeah, we've done quite a few things actually since I last did a video. It's so long since I've done an allotment vlog, so I hope you're all keeping well. So yeah, plans for today, I just want to get my potatoes in. They've been chitting away on the bedroom windowsill for ages, so yeah, they definitely need to go in. They've got some leaves growing, so time to get them in. So let's turn you around. I forgot my microphone, so sorry about that. So hopefully the sound isn't too distorted, but it's such a beautiful day. It's lovely to be down. So let's see what's happening right now. So let's walk right up to the start of the plot and we'll work our way down. Whoops. Yeah, there's not a right lot going on. So here we go. Here we are. This is looking down. I don't know if you remember when we got the plot, it was like shoulder high in grass and weeds and brambles, so it's still definitely a work in progress, but so much better. So we've got our apple tree that had a really good haircut last year. I could probably do with getting those uprights out. I might do yet, don't know if it's too late now, but maybe just try and nip them out. But there's lots of new growth coming on and they're really tasty apples. I haven't, is it too late, does anyone know, to protect against the codling moth? I've not put anything up yet. Maybe, I know sometimes you can do like a little grease ring, can't you, around the tree, so I need to do that. But if not, I'm maybe trying to look at getting some traps now and putting them up in the tree, so that might help. So yeah, it's growing really nicely. I can't wait, it won't be long till it's full of blossom. So I mean, literally nothing going in the beds. We've just covered a lot of the beds over in plastic. I didn't get them topped up with manure or anything over the winter, which is really bad, but at least we've covered them over so there's not too many weeds or anything growing. The compost bins, so we've started filling this middle one. This one is dropped loads, but look, we've actually got our own compost. It doesn't look bad. There's a couple of bits of plastic which we'll need to get rid of, but it's actually, look at that. I'm really quite impressed with that. I'm really happy with the compost, so we'll top some of our beds up with that. We've started another bin there, so yeah, that's really good. So yeah, nothing really happening in these, but look, I've been forcing my rhubarb. I had the old compost bin over the top of it. I used that bucket to block the lighting over there, and I had a sack of bark chippings over the top, and I've just taken it off today, and look. So I might just leave it another couple of weeks before I pick any, but it's looking really, really good. So I'm so pleased with how that rhubarb's coming on, and there's loads of new like stalks coming up all over. So that's looking fantastic. These beds all need just sort of sorting out and things. Nothing in them at all, apart from a load of blooming nettles. I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit concerned that we might end up with loads of pumpkins growing here, because we had a rotting pumpkin and there's a few of the seeds have spewed out, but it's fine. Oh, and I did spot, this is where the potatoes were in that bed and this bed last year. I think I've had a left behind potato. It looks like I've got a potato plant growing, so that's okay. It doesn't bother me, that's fine, it can grow. They were nice potatoes actually. So we have the strawberries really need thinning out. We didn't get any strawberries off them last year and they've just gone so mad. I keep trying to pick any runners out. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's just gone a bit crazy. And What else have we got in here? Nothing. Sorry if I'm spinning you round. So I've got my potatoes here. I've got 3 different types. Oh, my legs are killing me. I've been at the gym a couple of days ago. I've not done anything for ages and honestly I can hardly move. So potatoes to go in today. We've got some shallots. I got these from, where did I get them from? Was it B&M, I think? So yeah, I've got some shallots. And you can see they've chitted really well. Some of them are only ever so small, but that's fine. So we need to get those in. And then I've got 8 Sharps Express. No idea what they are like either. So these are ready in 10 to 12 weeks, first earlies. The Charlottes take 13 to 15 weeks. And then we've got some Pentland Javelin and they take 10 to 12 weeks. So yeah, I've never had any of these ones before. What did I have last year? I can't remember. I don't think it was any of these, but I just got what I could get. And yeah, but like I say, they've all chitted really nicely. So if you don't know what chitting is, it's just basically where you put your seed potatoes with like the little eyes facing up, leave them in a light sort of place, you know, light room, and then they grow these little sprouts. This is where the plant's going to grow. And then you just bury them with the chits facing upwards. So, and then that's where your new potato plant's going to come from. So we're going to get all those in today. I'm thinking I'm just going to put 1 variety in each bed, which I don't know if that's going to be like just too much space for them. I've got plenty of beds at the moment, so I'm sure it'll be fine. At least it gets something in them. I've got a load of onions I need to plant, but I'll bring them up maybe tomorrow. I've got them at home in modules. Oh, let me get up. So I'm thinking I'm going to put my potatoes maybe 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure, but we'll get them in. Lots of bumblebees are flying about. So now we're getting on to uncharted territory. So I don't know if you remember, our old shed was here. Well, we have taken it down because Glenn has finished the shed. So Glenn has built this shed from scratch without a plan other than like his little drawing on a piece of paper. He's done such a good job. I'm really, really pleased with it. I'll show you quickly. So it's fab. Honestly, he's done brilliant. So we still need to get it's sort of like some shelving and things in, and maybe like a little area, like a shelf for me just to use. But it's a great size. We've got windows to the back, to the front, or is this the side? And then a nice big double one looking up the allotment towards the entrance. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. He's done so well. We're going to have like I think like a patioed area here. The old shed's down. We've got a little preformed pond that we picked up off Marketplace, which we're going to put in here. So we're going to get like a little wildlife pond. It's going to be really pretty. So that's going to be the job over the next month, clearing all of this and getting that in. Built a little covered deck area at the side here. Let me just zoom you out. There we go. So we thought for a few reasons. Number one, in the summer we need a bit of shade. It'll give us some shade. Equally, if it's raining, it'll protect us. And then what I'm wanting is like a little bench, like a narrow bench across here, like workbench, so I could like a potting table. So if I want to put anything up or anything, I can do that there. And we'll just have like a couple of chairs and a little table or something. So yeah, but I'm so happy with that. We've got guttering on the back here for our water butts as well, so we can just collect our water. So yeah, absolutely great job. Last time you saw it, this whole area was covered in like the black plastic, like the yeah, it's just, and honestly, look at it, it's killed everything. It's just heavily grassed, weeds, brambles, and like all the crowns now, they're just like the bramble crowns, and they're just coming straight out. So we're really happy with how that is. We're gonna just grass this area. I think this year we'd thought about putting a polytunnel up as well, but we think that we're going to move. So I'm not sure I want to go to that expense of putting one up just now. I think we're just going to grass this area and have it just as a little sort of chill out area for now. Maybe pop some like wildlife flowers, like wildflowers and things down, so that'd be lovely. So just preparing this at the moment, just ready to start sowing some grass seed. But a couple of weeks ago we bought some fruit trees, so I put 3 fruit trees in. I did get another one, which actually, to be honest, looks like it's dead. I'll show you it there in a minute. But these were bare root trees and they are growing, guys. So this one, you can see it's looking really good. So we've got a cherry tree here, which is Heddlefinger, no idea, but so that's that one. And then in the corner we have a pear tree. I think this is a conference pear, if I remember. Yeah, conference pear. So again, it's just starting to grow. So success so far. And then we've got another cherry here. This one's looking really good, actually. This is a Morello cherry, and that's doing good. And we were going to have another one over that end, but there's a lot of clearing to do there still. We could do with having a fire, but I don't think our water's on yet. So I don't know if it comes on the 1st of April, which is only another couple of days. And then our last tree was this one. We wanted a plum tree, but to be honest, I think we've been sold a dud. Still in what? Oh, maybe there's something going on at the bottom, maybe. But honestly, I'm not holding out any hope. There's no growth tips on it. It's just a really poor tree. But I did spot some in Morrison's yesterday. Hang on, I'll turn you around. Yeah, I spotted some in Morrison's yesterday, which are potted. So they've already got the roots and things. So we can actually just buy that and then plant that one in the ground because it's not a bare root. So I think that's what we'll probably do. And then just... What, sorry?
Get some work done.
Get some work done. No. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So I am going to get some work done. Cheeky man. But yeah, that is how the plot is looking at the minute. So we need to burn all this, clear a bit more. Glenn's going to continue just levelling out the ground at the back, ready for some grass seed. We will leave like an area around the trees clear of grass seed just to give them a chance to get established so they're not fighting against the grass. And yeah, I'm going to go and sort the beds out for the potatoes. So that's really just the job for today. But it's just really nice being back. So I hope you enjoy this vlog. Let's go get the beds ready and get the potatoes in. Have found. I think we've got a bird's nest. I'm guessing maybe a robin. And it's not a mouse or anything. There's no droppings, and it's up a ladder. And it's in a box of screws. But look, I can't see if there's anything in there. But yeah, just how weird. There we are. Yeah, it's taken me hours to do one bed. Those are the roots. Literally, there's no soil, it's just all roots. Of like, is it couch grass? Literally a nightmare. I almost don't want to put potatoes in it now. I want to plant something else, I think. At least it's done. But God, that was hard work. Happy Sunday. Back down at the allotment. We're going to get these blooming potatoes in. I was so fed up yesterday with all those weeds, but it's still dry, so we're just going to go get the spuds in. And that's probably what I'm going to do today, to be honest. I want to go home and eat some Easter eggs. Right, let's go. So I was checking on the spacing for first earlies, and it says it just needs to be 12 inches apart. They are quite small potatoes. So me thinking I was going to be putting like just 8 potatoes in each of these beds is like way under what I can do. I can get like 3 in a row, which is actually what I did last year with my potatoes anyway. So I've got a tape measure. I'm actually just going to measure and make a little like mark with the trowel at 12-inch spacings, and I'll just see how many I can get in here, because I do not fancy having to do another one of those beds today if I can help it. I've got 2 lots of first earlies which take like 10 to 12 weeks. I'll try and see if I can get all those in one bed. Then my salad potatoes, which take a bit longer, I can maybe pop in a different bed. So that is the plan. I've measured it out, and originally it was going to be like 21, but I thought let's just space them out a bit more. So I've actually made 15 in here, which is, so that means in the other one, if I use a small bed, I could get 9 in there, and there's 8. So I'll use the leftover one from here in there, because then I've got 15 plus 9 is 24, which is how many seed potatoes I've got. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I've got 24, 3 lots of 8, 8, 3 8s, 24. Someone can't add up. So yeah, I'm going to put 15 in this bed. I use a small bed and put 9 in them, and then that makes more sense. So let's get planting these blooming potatoes. So you can see here I've kind of like just marked roughly where they're going to go. I found the midpoint of the bed, and then I've just kind of like evenly spaced them from there. In the smaller bed they'll be a little bit closer together, just because of the internal space, but that's fine because these are still like further apart than the recommended planting anyway, so I'll just leave plenty of room. Right, so first one's going to plant the shallots. So these are a salad potato, and from planting they take 13 to 15 weeks to be ready. So yeah, you're sort of looking at like 3 to 4 months time. So that'll be like all of April, May, June. So sort of like end of June into July, these should be good. I'm going to plant them at this end, and I'll do my other first earlies there, and then my other ones over there. If you haven't planted potatoes before, obviously I've already chitted these, so they've been sat out. So you can see here they've got like the little bits at the top where the new plants are going to come from, so you need to plant them that side up. You need to sort of dig a bit of a hole, stick them in, and then cover them over. As the plants then start growing up and out the soil, then you do what's called earthing up. So you always keep covering them up, because what you don't want are your potatoes to be exposed to the sunlight, because then they turn green and then they're poisonous. So yeah, we're going to get all of these planted in. And you can see they're all different. Oops, are you there? I've just dropped you. I've got some really tiny ones. So these little ones I'm going to plant in the corners, just because there's not as much growing space along the edges, and the big ones I'll pop in the middle, I think. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but we'll get them in and see what sort of yield we get in 3 to 4 months. It's always like just nice to get something in the ground at this time of year. So I think I'll put my other potatoes in here. I had my French beans in here last year, and so the plan is then I'll have 9 plants in here, which I'll start harvesting these ones first, and then I'll come over to this bed which has got all my other ones in. Then I'll start from this end harvesting that way, because by the time I get to the last few plants there, those are my sour potatoes, which take an extra couple of weeks. So yeah, that should work out quite nice. As long as I know what order to harvest them in, it'll be all right. I've labelled them as well, obviously. Just so I've got my Sharps Express there. Then these ones here are Charlotte. And then over here, I'll obviously have one Sharps Express. Whoops, a daisy falling over at left. I'm going to be putting in the Pentland Javelin. So what I'll do, the one that's the same as the other bed that's left over, I'll put that as the corner plant here, so it kind of like continues on. Not that it really matters, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how if it grows any, like at a different rate or anything to the other ones. So yeah, I'm just going to clear this bed. It shouldn't be too bad, and then get them in. Glenn's crying because I've not been talking about what he's been doing. Cry. So he's been working very hard yesterday and today. So just preparing this bit here, as I mentioned, for some grass seed which we've ordered, so that's coming. So yeah, at least then like this bottom half we'll be able to kind of use it even just like a nice lawn area. Like even when our grandson's here, it's gonna just look tidy, it'll stop any weeds and things if we've got it grassed. But obviously we don't want the grass seeds to encroach onto the trees, so I've just created, Glenn, I had the great idea. Glenn's done the fabulous construction, just sort of making just a little frame really to go around the trees, so at least that way the grass can just stop up to the frames, and then eventually I suppose you can plant some spring bulbs in here or whatever, you know, just to, or some little flowers. But for now, it's just going to keep it weed free, so that the trees can have a really good start and get grown without competing for weeds or anything. So I can just imagine what it's going to be like. Cracking. Have a little barbecue down here. Living the dream. So yeah, honestly, I'm going to just put in a quick picture just now of what it looked like when we got the plot a couple of years ago. It's like we've worked so hard on it. It's actually unrecognisable, I think. All the potatoes in, so job well done. I'm wondering whether to prepare a bed for the onions. I've got some onion sets at home in modules, so I'm just wondering whether to get a couple of beds ready for those and maybe go down and get them. But having said that, I might just have a look through my seeds and see if there's anything that I can direct sow just now, because the onions are still growing in the module pots anyway, so that's no problem there. But I might just have a little, I've got like my bag with all like my seeds and things in, so I might just have a little look in that and see if there's anything I can just like fling in right now. So it's always like quite good just like direct sowing, because then it kind of just takes care of itself. We've also just noticed that the water is switched on, which is great news, because that means now like we can have a fire. We aren't allowed to fire on our allotments unless the water is on, and it's now been switched on. It's usually I think the 1st of April, but obviously maybe with it being Easter weekend, so we've got all that wood here that needs to be burnt. So Glenn's on with that now. And yeah, so I'm going to have a look at the seeds. But yeah, as I say, at least the potatoes are in. And look at that, it's a beautiful day. It's much nicer than what I thought. When I came out the house, it was quite cold this morning. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Birds singing. I feel like I should be in a beer garden somewhere having a pint, maybe later. And I don't know if you can hear in the background, but the bells are going from the Abbey. I'm not sure if you can hear that or not, but the Abbey bells are ringing as well, so it's honestly a beautiful day. So I've just been home and picked up the onion sets. There they are. I've got a few more in the boot as well. Stopped at Costa, got hot chocolate and picked up a butty. So lunch is done. So now I'm gonna get the onion sets planted. I've just checked and it says you can plant them 2 to 4 inches apart, which kind of makes sense. So, I mean, theoretically, I reckon they probably all fit in one of the square beds, but I think I'm going to plant them in this one here. So I'm just going to give it a quick weed, maybe top up with a bit of compost. And yeah, I'll just sort of start at the beginning and see how far I go. Even if it's only half the bed there, I can plant some maybe like radishes or something else in the other half of the bed. In fact, actually, I've got some garlic, which I know it's a bit late, but I could maybe just put the garlic in as well. So that's what I'll probably do. Got a cane, where are you? And I've marked 4 inches with a Sharpie all the way along it, and I'm just going to use this to space the onion sets. It said you can plant them 2 to 4 inches, so I figured if you kind of think of the size of an onion, that if I plant them, where are you? If I plant them kind of every 4 inches, that way if they sort of grow, it gives them space to grow between, doesn't it? I think that looks about right, so I'm just going to use this as an easy guide. So I don't have a dibber, but I found this extension hose thing. I think it's for a hose, but I'm just going to use it because it looks like about the right sort of size to make a little hole for the onions. Are in. So yeah, what time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 5:15. So I am definitely heading off home in a minute. So yeah, onions are in, potatoes are in. We've been here so long, my back is killing me. Just finishing off with the fire. We'll make sure that's out going. She's got the hose pipe, as you can see now. He's just gonna make sure that's out before we leave. And yeah, that is it. So it's great being back doing my vlogs again. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Until then, happy gardening and see you all next time. Bye.